Well, very good morning, guys. So last day, where we stopped it, we've just been learning about inserting, updating, and deleting the data into the data set. We just performed all our actions on the data set. Finally, what is pending? We need to save the data to database, right? All this data should be saved to database. Okay, we'll see that how to save the data to database. So code for 3 buttons is pending. What is that? Save button, search button, close. Close nothing. This is not close. That's all. Let's finish it today. Save button, search button, close. Close nothing is there here. This dot close. That's all. No need connection close also because we are working on a disconnected architecture. Because this is a disconnected architecture, connection close also is not required for us. Is it clear? Fine. Now, let's see how to finish this particular task. Save, search, close. Save. I want to save the data. First, we done all the changes on the, where we done all the changes on the data set. Last class I explained you the step-by-step process to add a record, modify a record, delete a record, all the things we saw the step-by-step process. The final thing what we want to do is save the changes. But remember a point here, if at all you want to save the changes, adapter require insert, update and delete commands to it now. Yes or not? Adapter requires what? The insert, update and the delete commands. All these 3 commands are required for the adapter. As discussed, all these 3 commands. So what to do? 2 options are there. Option 1, either you need to manually write all the commands on your own. Either you need to write manually all the commands on your own. Manually, you need to write all the commands on your own. Are you clear? Okay, how to write the commands like this? DA dot. Okay, insert command dot. Command text is equals to write a insert statement here. Same way, DA dot. Update command dot. Command text is equals to write a update statement here. And DA dot delete command dot command text is equals to write a delete statement. Write all the 3 statements. After writing all the 3 statements, what you'll do, call the method. Which method? Update method. For the update method, what are you passing? The data set under which all the changes are done, comma. Okay. Table name. What is the table name? Customer. Sorry, employee. The table name is employee. Is it clear? And once you do that, the changes will be saved. So this is one way. You need to write all the commands. Today, there are only 4 columns here. Writing a insert statement update is not a big deal. But think like you have some 50-60 columns to be updated or inserted. Writing a statement like an insert or update is a time taking. Not going to be complicated, but time taking. We need to write all the code manually, and that is going to be strictly time taking. To avoid this one, we can generate these commands automatically here. How is it possible to generate? There is a class called as command builder. I listed you that class also. There is a class called as command builder. You can take the help of that class. SQL command builder, SB is equals to new SQL command builder. The name of the class itself is telling you what is it. It will build the commands. It will build the commands. To run the commands has to be built. The commands has to be built for adapter. You need to pass the adapter as a parameter for that. So now what will the command builder do? The command builder will take the select statement in the adapter, and based on the select statement, it will generate you the insert, update, and delete commands for you. Did you understand or not? One command we write, that is compulsory. Otherwise, command builder don't know from which table the data has to be loaded. So you need to write the select command, and we done that also. We done that. We written the select command, and once you write the select command, based on that select command, the insert command, update command, and delete command will be generated by the adapter. That's it. Then you can directly call update, and then just showing a message. What message? Data saved to database server. Success. You're a success icon. Don't have a success icon. Yeah, data saved to database. That's all. It'll update all the changes to database. Once these changes are applied, whatever you've done on the data set is now on your database. Whatever you've done on the data set is now on your database. We'll talk about it. Wait here. Okay. So whatever you've done on this will be applied to the database in this case now. Fine. Now let's run and see. CSTB, right? Select star from employee. Yeah. This is the data in the table. Okay, now this is the data that is present for you inside of the table. Fine. Now, let me run. How many records we have in the table? 7 records are there. There's 7 records here. I'll say new 1008. We'll try to enter a new record here. We'll try to enter a new record here. Okay. Venkat. Manager. Some 25,000. Insert. The record is added in the list. Yes or not? New 109. Job analyst. Salary some 18,000. Insert. Done. Is also inserted. Okay. Again, new. Job is a salesman. 15,000. Insert. Okay. Jones, clerk, 6,000. Done. So we've done 4 changes right now, correct? 4 records are added. You can see all the 4 records in this. Okay, now, next. What I want to do next is, I wanted to change the salary of the salesman now. I want to change the salary of the analyst. It's 18,000, but initially it was entered as 20,000. I'm correcting it now. Update. The changes are done now. 106 is updated. See there. Are you clear? Again, I will come to here and this record, I'll say delete. That's deleted. And once that is deleted, you cannot access the record anymore. Remember that? And whenever you reach that record, it is propagating a message to you. What is that? The current record is deleted and you can't access it anymore. Understood? Huh? So now tell me, originally 7 records are there. 4 you inserted, 1 you updated, and 1 you deleted. Means finally 10 records. Correct? When I click on the save, all the changes will be sent to the database. All the changes are sent to the database. Check. Clear? 103 is deleted, see? 106, Mary analyst, salary updated, see? Yes or not? Okay. And not only, guys, I did not stop it. The application is running like that only, right? Okay. Just a second. You see now, next. You did not get the message now. Why you did not get the message? Because once the data updated, once the data is updated, what will happen? A fresh copy of the data gets reloaded back into your data set. That is why you don't have data record in the data set now. You're not getting the message. Did you notice or not? You're not getting the delete message. See, 4 jumping to T. Earlier we got that. Because why? Because in the data set there is a deleted record. But now the data set doesn't contain a deleted record inside of it. The deleted record is not present inside of it right now. That is why you're not getting this message. And earlier, you remember when I stop it and run, I lost all my data. Earlier when I stop and run, I lost all my data. But now the data is persistent. Is it clearer or not? The data is persistent. Done. Finish. That's it. First, you're doing all the changes in data set. Once you do all the changes in the data set, what are you doing? You are saving them to database. In a single shot, all the changes are sent to database and updated. Okay. And just a minute. Once the save is completed, what you do, btn first dot perform click. Bring the control back to first record. Once the save is done, again bring to first record. All changes are updated now. You click on next. Anywhere you cannot stop now because there are no deleted records. I hope it is clear. Yes or not? Okay. What for laptop? Search. Actually, I have right now 10 records only, so I can go to next and see all the records previous. But think like you have 1,000 records now. You have 1,000 records now. You want to see the record number 1522. 15. You're required to click on the next button for 511 times. Are you ready? Are you ready to click on the button for next for 511 times now? Again, from there you want to come to the record. 1, 2, 3, 4. Back button. That's complex, na. That's why I want to provide a search option. When you click on the search, it has to open me a window and ask me, what do you want to search? I will enter the number and that should bring that automatically. Is it clear? So I think here in the notepad, you find a search option. Na? When you click the find, you'll find a find option. You can search something now. Same like that. I too want a search option in my code. Okay. How to do this? Actually, if at all you wanted to search, what you require first, you require a window like this. You require a window like this. A window for entering what you want to. Okay. How do you get this? We are provided with input box actually. We are provided with a control called input box. You can use this input box actually. How to use this input box means it is present in a class here. I forgot the class name. There is a class, there is a method called input box, and that is defined for you under a class. What is that class? Interaction. The class name is interaction. So the class name is interaction. Under that, input box is a static method. Actually, in this class, there is a message box also. There is message box also. We can call interaction.message box also. But the message box is directly also given to you. But you call interaction is the class and input box is the method. It takes 5 parameters here. What are the first 5 parameters? First parameter is string prompt. What is this? When the input box opens, what it has to ask you? Simply, if I open the blank input box enough, don't I require to find message, enter something there? That is prompt message. Second, string title. Next, string default. What is that? Input box want blank or you want to show some default value in that? You can tell that. Okay, next, int x, int y coordinates of the screen where this input box has to be displayed. See, if I use control F here, I'm getting an input box here. I'm getting an input box here, where on the top of the screen. Now I want in the middle of the screen or bottom of the screen. I can tell that by using the XY coordinates. But luckily, all these 4 have a default value, so they're optional. The default value parameters we already learned in the C#. If a method has a default value parameters, those parameters are optional. Passing values to them is not mandatory. You have to pass value only for mandatory. So this is mandatory parameter, but remaining all are optional. Let's try using this, all of you. Let us try using this input box now. How to use interact? Oh, it's not coming, guys. It's not coming. Why is it not coming? Because it is defined in a namespace Microsoft.Visual Basic. It is defined in a namespace. What namespace? Microsoft.Visual Basic. Okay. So Microsoft.Visual Basic dot is not coming. See, when I say dot, interaction is not coming. The list is not showing you. The reason is you need to add a reference. Just like we added a reference to system.data.oracle client, remember? The reference is not added. So we need to add the reference. I said you already. Same story now also. What is it? You need to add a reference. Right click on the references, add reference. Go to assemblies here, framework assembly. It's a framework assembly. And you can see there, Microsoft dot. Earlier, you added reference to this, if you remember. Already shown you. And now you're adding a reference to Microsoft.Visual Basic. Click OK. Then Microsoft.Visual Basic dot interaction. Okay, now dot. under this class, we have the methods. See, message box method will be there here. Simple MSG box. What we write is message box, but here it is simply called MSG box. Same way, input box. Okay, you see the method has 5 parameters. First one, string prompt, title, default response, exposition, Y position, all are optional. Showing you scale traces now. Why? Default values are there for them, so they're all optional. And the return type of the method is string. The return type of the method is string. Actually, guys, this code looks a little bit lengthy, so I will import the namespace on the top using Microsoft Visual Basic. Do you remember this one? What's it in C# 6.0? We have an option. What option? You can import the class option. For everything, you have blank face only. We can import the namespace. We can import the class. Are you clear? Actually, when you import the class, you can use only static members of the class. And right now, in the box is a static member of the class only. In the starting classes, I shown you how to import using static, and here you can write the class name. Using static Microsoft.visualbasic.interaction. And here I want to call only one method of that class here. That is why I just gone for importing the class directly, so that I don't require to again write all these things. Simply what I can call input box. Just like you call message box. Now you are calling input box. Okay. Enter employee number to search. Understood? Enter employee number to search. And what is the return type of the method is here? String. String. Actually, string is the return type, but I want it in an integer format, so I'm calling int dot parse. Int employee number equals to. Is that clear? We are converting and reading it as a integer. Search. Now I'm just going to enter an employee number 1005. And when I click on the OK button, the value will come into the E number. Is it clear? The value will come into the E number. But suppose when you are writing this code, suppose if the user just trying to enter a wrong value, any wrong value, then that will be a problem. Then that will be a problem again. What's it? What I'm trying to tell is that if the user in the search, if he enters hello, error will come here. Exception. Why? Formal exception. Hello cannot be converted to integer. So let's do one thing. We'll not convert into integer here. Well, let us first read it as a string only. String value is equals to. String value is equals to. I'm reading it now. After reading that, in the next line, I'll do the conversion. Int E number is equals to, or otherwise, I'll use this method. Int dot, remember this, try parse. We can call the try parse method. For that, pass the string and out int E number. If this is success, else, give a message. What message? The message is conversion failed. A message box dot show employee number must be an integer value, and this is a error. Message box buttons dot okay. Message box icon dot error. It's an error. You can't do that. Okay. So now you guys watch it. I'm running it. I'm entering hello. Valida, invalida. Invalid. So giving you employee number must be integer. I'm entering a decimal value 12.56. Invalid. I am not entering a value. I am entering in number 1, 2, 3, 4. No error. That's not there now. Array, that is secondary. Our first is integer or not. That's what we are doing now. Is it clear? Okay. Now, if it is an integer, comes into the if condition, right? If it comes to the if condition, I need to search for that record. How to search? Watch. ds dot tables of 0 dot rows dot add method I shown you. Delete method I shown you. Yes or not? There is a method called find. The find method is basically going to search for a record. It will search for a record based on the primary key column of the table. Based on the, and already our employee number is a primary key. Do you remember? Yes or not? So what am I passing here? Employee number. Do we have a primary key on the employee number? So I'm just passing employee number here. That's a primary key column. And once that is a primary key column, what it returns, it returns that row. See the return type? It returns a row now. Hey, record is row only now. Okay, how to capture? Data row tr is equals to. Data row tr is equals to. When you say data row dr is equals to, you're just going to get the row right now. Okay now? And once you get the row, what I'm doing, see? Text box 1 dot text is equals to dr of employee number dot toString. Am I sending the values to text box now? Am I sending all the values to the text box? 3, 4. What is the second one? Name. Third. Job. 4. All the values are assigned back to the text box. Run and see. Search 1005. Existing or not? Oh, we did not give a primary key on the table. Huh? Oh, it's telling you table doesn't have a primary key. But on that day, when we created the table, I remember we're given a primary key on our table. Let us see here. Object Explorer, CSTB, tables. Which table? Employee table. And if you go to the keys, yeah, we have a primary key column on the table already. But still, what is it telling you? You don't have a primary key on the table. Why, sir? I have a primary key now. The reason why is it telling you don't have a primary key is you have a primary key on the table, but you're not searching on the table, you're searching on the data table. Remember, are you searching on the database? You did not go to the database at all. Where are you searching? You're searching on the local copy, that the data table. Data table doesn't have a primary key. Actually, the error message is not descriptive. It has to show you data table doesn't have a primary key. But without that, what is it showing you? Table doesn't. When it shows table doesn't have a primary key, all of us will first think about database table only. Are you clear? So what is it exactly? Table doesn't have a primary key. Okay, means exactly what? Data table is not having the primary key. Primary key is present in the database, not in the data table. So what should I do now? What you require to do now is, listen. When you call the fill method, all of you, listen. When you call the fill method, what is happening? The data is loading. Are you clear? The fill method will load the data. But there is an option. What is it, You can request the adapter. You can request the adapter to load the key column information also into the data set. You can request, see, adapter is loading only data here. It's not loading anything else. But I can make a request to the adapter, load me the key column information also. Load me the key column information also. How all can say? See, I require to request the adapter now. How? PA dot missing schema action is equals to missing schema action dot add with key. That is simple English. Understand what is the meaning of it? Add with key. What is this? Enum. This is a enumerated property. This is a enum. In that you have a value. What is the value? Add with key. Read this. Don't read all the things. Just read only what I say. Read the second line. Add the necessary columns and primary key information. Stop it. Don't read anything else. Enough. Understood or not? Adds the necessary columns and it loads you the primary key information for you now. And once the primary key information is loaded, okay, now the set should start working now. 1005, click on the OK button, searched. Understood? But there's a problem. What a problem? Where are you now? 1005. When you click on next, what do you expect? 1006 is what I expected, correct? But still see, when I click on the next, what is showing you? Why, sir? Again, this is the same problem with the row index I explained yesterday. Initially, remember, initially when you start the application, what is the value of row index? The value of row index is 0. You clicked on the search. You went off to this record, but row index is not updating. Row index is not. And in next and previous, we dealt with row index only. That's why when I click on the next, it will show you like this. But user, what will you think here? When I go to 1522 record, from there I expect to go to 1523, not to 1002. Understand? There's no error here. But understand your point of view. It is going to be conflicting again. Correctly, it has to move. Okay, to resolve the problem, see what I'm doing. Once I find my row, okay, I'm just doing this one. What? Row index is equals to, I'm changing the row index to the index of the current row. Changing the row index to index of the current row. If you change to the index of the current row, next will take to the next row, previous will take to previous row automatically now. How to get the index of the current row? TS dot tables of 0 dot tables of 0 dot rows dot index of what? Index of dr. What it returns you? Index of the row. Which row? dr. What is dr? dr is the row we found. It will get you the index of that row, and that is the row index. Okay, so now you see search. I'm giving 1005. 1005 is which record in the list now? 1005 is the fourth record. Third record. Fourth record. It is the fourth record. Fourth record or fifth record? I'm not asking index position. I'm asking the record. Fourth record. You deleted 1003. You're forgetting that. You deleted 1003. So this is the fourth record. This index position 3. So index position will automatically change to 3 now. Put a breakpoint here, guys. Come on. Okay. Now, initially, what is the index position? 0. Now, the index position should change to 3. Changed or not? The index position got changed. And once the index position got changed, next should take you to next records. Previous should take to previous records. Working for perfectly now? Yes or not? Sir, what if the user enters a wrong number, 1, 2, 3, 4 not existing? Click OK. Error again. Where you're getting the error? You're getting the error when you're assigning a value. What is the error? Null reference exception. What is null? dr is null. What is null? dr is null. Watch. Are you clear? So how to confirm data is present there? If dr not equals to null. If the data reader is not equal to null, then only come inside. Else, this is a warning message. What is that? There is no employee. Existing with the given But what? With given number. There is no employee existing with given number, guys. Yes or not? Click search 1, 2, 3, 4 and click OK. Understood? I put all conditions, guys. Search wrong data. No data. Everything was perfectly controlled there. Perfect value 1006. Perfect value. Okay, we'll take you. Okay, now. So actually, see the find method. Is my voice breaking, guys? Rajesh, I think you have a problem. Check your connection. Yeah, look, yeah, find method. The find method what I used here. It's an overloaded method. All of you, everything I said you, everything if I don't give description for you, if your mouse, it will show you the information to you. I have to explain to you. What is the find method going to do? See? Louder. Open the mouth, everyone. It gets the row specified by the primary key value. What is it? Object key. What is the key? The primary key value. Okay, it's an overloaded method. See, there is another overload. What is it taking? What is it then? When do I use this? When do I use this? Louder. It's taking an array of keys, not one key. It's taking an array of keys. When should I use this? For searching single or multiple records. But return type is data row now, not data row array. Array return type is data row. Yeah, can how do you search multiple records? The multiple records there means it should return you data row array. But what is it returning you? Data row. Then when should I use this? You need to use this when your primary key is a composite primary key. You learn the composite primary keys in SQL, man? Remember composite primary key. God knows. We completed of SQL server, we don't know anything at all. If a primary key is applied on more than one column, that is called as composite primary key. Go and read the important things. Tomorrow in interview, they'll ask you these type of questions only. If can I have more than one primary key on a table? Can I have more than one primary key on a table? Yes or no? Louder. No, you cannot have more than one primary key on a table. A table can have one primary key only. There are rules of primary key. But this can be applied on a single column or multiple columns also. If applied on multiple columns, you call it as a composite primary key. Tomorrow, if your table's primary key is a composite primary key, then you require to use the second overload. Did you understand? Today our primary key is a normal primary key, simple primary key. So, one only, but it is a composite primary key. Then I should use two values to search, not one. You need to use two values to search. What is composite primary key? Suppose you have a student table, student ID. There is a column called ID, name are the two columns. I have a composite primary key on this now. Now I'm entering 101. Raju. 102. Ajay. 103. Suresh. All are valid, right? Can I enter 101 Venkat? Valida, invalida. That is, brainless fellows, that is valid here. That is composite primary key. That's what I'm telling you. What did you study in SQL server? There is a composite primary key. Composite primary key means that the uniqueness is validated on the combination of the values, not single value. Did you understand? Don't think like ID is separate and the name is separate. No, composite. Composite means combination. It's a combination of the two are going to be valid now. 101 Venkat is valid. 101 Ajay is valid. 101 Suresh is valid. All these are valid, guys. Say 101 Raju. That is invalid. Are you clear? Now tell me, can I search a row based on ID now? Can I search a row based on ID? Tell me. What's the data and answer fast? Can I search a row based on the ID? No, you can't. Why? How will you search here? IDs are duplicated. Can you search based on the name? Name is also duplicated now. Body present and mind absent. Concentrate on the data. You cannot search based on the ID or you cannot search based on the name also. Then how to search? You are required to search based on ID and name. Then only you can pick a row. You want to pick a row, you are required to use ID. Then we use both only, you get the row. That's what composite. This is at this scenario. When you come to here, you are required to the find method and pass two values to it, both ID as well as name. Then only the row gets searched for you. So in this type of scenarios, we go for using the second method. What is that? The method which takes an object array keys as parameter. Now what you're taking object key. Second one, object array keys. First method is for simple primary key. Second method is for composite primary key. So tomorrow if you come across composite primary key, don't forget. You're required to use the second method, not the first method. Fine guys, this is completely about how to work with a data set. This is the complete process to you how to work with a data set. Okay, just a second. Where we started, for everything here, whatever I explained you, for everything I given a description for you. Just at that particular place only I given a description. Hold on a minute. It's all, this is a form we have created. Add a new form in the project. Design it as below and then add reference of Microsoft dot Visual Basic Assembly. Array, that reference should be added. Okay, Microsoft Visual Basic Assembly from framework tab. Array, select framework from framework tab of add reference window. You know how to use the add reference window. Add reference window and write. Just a minute. To work with data set, add a new web form in the project and design it as below. Okay, next. Now go to code view. Now go to code view. Add reference of Microsoft Visual Basic Assembly. From framework tag of add reference window and write the below code under the class. Okay. So you're going to write the below code under your class now. Okay. What is that? First, we have imported few namespaces here. Remember what are the namespaces we imported here? These are the two. One is SQL client, and the second one is going to be Visual Basic. They're the two namespaces. Next, you come to the declaration part. In the declaration part, you declared three things. What? Data set, data reader, and a row number field. Okay. Next, under load event, code under form load event handler. There's a code you're writing in the load event handler. Okay. And then you return a method called show data, right? For displaying the data, show data. Next, yeah, just a second. Next, code under first button. Next, first drive. Next, last, new. Yeah, first let us deal with these things. First button, simple code na row index is equals to 0, show data. Next, previous. Previous requires a condition there. Previous as a condition. Next button. Next also, we'll use the condition. Last button, no condition. Then we have new button. Remember the code of the new button? We are identifying the last record. Identifying the last record. After identifying the last record, we are checking the employee number, and afterwards you're adding 1 to it and assigning to the text box. Okay? We'll do one thing. Just a minute. I'll write some comments there first so that you'll understand. Finding the index of last row, index of last row in data table. What are you doing now? Finding the employee number of the index of last record in data table. Finding the employee number of last record and adding and converting into no need. Finding the employee number of last record. Next, adding 1 to the employee number and assigning it to text box 1. Are you clear? Adding 1 to the employee number we found Okay, and assigning it to text box 1 and assigning it to text box. Yeah, to be clear, I just put some comments there so that it will be understandable to you. Okay, what next here? The next thing is how to insert a record, right? Yeah, guys. First, I did not directly write the code for insert. Carefully observe. First, I given you the steps for adding a data row to data table of data set. Are you clear? Steps for adding a data row to data table of data set. What are the steps? To add a data row to data table of data set, to add a data row to data table of data set, adopt the following process. Adopt the below process. What is that? First step, create a new row by calling new row method. As I explained you on what? Data table, which creates a new row with the same structure of the table. The row gets created with the structure of the table now. What is the second step? Assign values to the new row. Assign values to the new row by treating it as a single dimensional array. Right? Treat like a single dimensional array. How do you assign? By using the index functions, we can assign the values now. Am I clear? Treating it like a single dimensional array. What next? Call the rows.add method. Rows.add method on data table and add the row to the data row collection. You are calling the method. Which method? Rows.add and return. Okay. And to be clear, here is the code. And below that, guys, I given the complete code for you. Okay. And this is the code for last button. Sorry, not last button. What is it? Insert button click event handler. Am I clear? What to do first? Create a new row. Second, assign values to the row. Third, add the row to the table. Next, I written this one to reset the row index. I'll write a comment there. Wait. Setting the row index to the index of new row. Are you clear? Setting the index to the index of the new row. Okay, that's what you're doing here. Just use the comment also. Okay. What next? Update. How to update, guys? Array, the steps to update are very clear and simple. What's it? Updating a data row in data table of data set. So to update an existing data row in data table of data set, we need to reassign the modified values back to the row in data table so that the old values gets modified with new values. See, the code is very simple here. What you require to really do is only you just require to override all the old values with the new values. What you need to do is only override all the old values with the new values. That's all. That's the process of updating. Okay. Now this is the code under. Which button? update button, click event handler. Update code. What next? Delete. How to delete a row? Read it. Call delete method. That's all now. Pointing the row that has to be deleted on data table. Just you're going to write this pointing to the row that has to be deleted on the data table. Yeah, delete code. Okay, what next? The next thing is saving changes. Saving the changes, guys. I'll show you. Hold on. Read this once. Read it. I already explained you. You have two options. One option is manually you need to write. Second option, take the help of the command builder class. Take the help of the command builder class. And very importantly, remember this one. What's it? That's very important point. Command builder will generate you insert, update, and delete commands provided your database table, not data table. Remember, your database table has a primary key constraint. If no primary key, it will generate insert only, will not generate update and delete. Be careful. Generally, every table will use a primary key. So no problem. But tomorrow, in any case, if you don't have a primary key on a table, the command builder cannot generate them. Command builder can generate only insert but not update and delete. Why, sir? Why the problem? See, generally when you write update and delete, you need a where condition. What we use in the where condition? Primary key column. When primary key column is not there, how can it write a where condition now? Then what about insert? Insert doesn't require a where condition here. So insert can be generated. What cannot be generated? Update and delete cannot be generated to you. Is it clear? So that's the important point. What next? The next thing is save. You're writing the code for save button. Yeah, this is the code for save. Yeah, then you have the save code. There's a code under save to database button, click event handler. is the code. Okay, done. What next? Search. The next thing is search. How to search? Read the description. Are you clear? So that's what the search is going to do. Fine. We have two find methods here. One find method which takes a object key. Second find method takes a object array key. I already explained you both the two things to you. Okay. Use this first method when your primary key is the simple primary key, and use the second method if your primary key is a composite primary key. If it is a composite primary key, then we are going to use the second method. Okay. And is a code under search button. Click event handler. Finally, code under close button, click event handler. Simple code here, this dot close. That's all. But here, no need any condition checks or anything what I just explained you, because we are working directly with a disconnected architecture. Our architecture itself is disconnected architecture. Because it's a disconnected architecture, there is no point of using this dot close anywhere. Sorry, there's no point of using con dot close anywhere, not this dot close. This dot close is compulsory, but there is no need of using what? Con dot close. Con dot close is automatic. Okay, we are done with all these actions now. What next? The next thing is, listen. The next thing is, actually, we have been checked out how you can perform all these actions. Fine, well and good. CM. Actually, till now we have designed the fifth form, I think. Yeah, this is the current form is the fifth form. In all these forms, if you recollect, we are using connection strings in the code. Correct? We are using connection strings in the code. We have just been using connection strings in the code. Okay. By using the connection strings, you are just writing the connection strings basically. Okay. Connection strings are used. Now, where is the connection string? The connection string is present for you inside of the connection string is present for you inside of your connection constructor or inside of your CS code. Right? The connection string is present inside of the CS code. When the connection string is present inside of the CS code, tomorrow is suppose is server name or password changes. I repeat, guys, is server name or password changes, do you have a problem or not? Why? Think. What's it? Once my application is hosted on the production server, so tomorrow my application development is completed. Once my application development is completed, what will I do? I will take this application now and give it to my clients. When you install this on the clients, what do you install on the client machine? Do we install the source code? We already talked about this now. What we install, guys? Compiled code. We only install the compiled code on the client machine. Are you getting me? What we install? The compiled code on the client machine. When you install the compiled code on the client machine, all of you remember, when you install the compiled code on the client machine, there is a big problem now. What is the problem? That cannot be edited. That cannot be edited. Clients cannot edit the code in the future. Can they? Tell me, can the client edit the code? No. So tomorrow, if suddenly if the connection string changes there, suddenly if the connection string changes there, client will not have any option to change the connection string. So what to do? Miss connection string means what can change? Array, user ID can change, password can change. For some reasons, server names can change. Anything can change. Suddenly, there's someone hacked the password. So what you'll do? You'll change the password. Or otherwise, your company has a policy. What is the policy now? Every week, the password will be changed. Every week, Monday morning, they'll change the password. So in such scenario, how will the clients manage these situations now? How will the clients manage the situation? What is it managing the situation? Yes, then the password basically is just going to be changed off. The client cannot change the password in the code now. Am I right or wrong? The client cannot change the password in the code. Why you cannot change? Because the client doesn't have a source code. So what is the solution? The solution is a client has to contact the developer again. The developer should take the source code out, make a modification, and reinstall the application back on the client system. And this has to be done every week. Are you clear? Is it going to be hectic or not? Is it easier? That's not going to be easier. One time is okay. But every week I need to do this means that will become a big headache. Understood? Because my office timings are different to my client office timings. Both are not matching. So I cannot do this work on the client times now. So that's becoming a big headache. So how, sir, then how do you resolve this particular problem? To resolve this particular problem, we have a solution. What solution? Generally, whatever values in an application, requires frequent changes. All of you. Generally, whatever values in an application will have frequent changes. Some values in the application will have frequent changes here. Identify all those values, not about logic I'm telling you. I'm not talking about logic. Any values in the application which may require changes, not frequent changes. Any values in the application that may require changes, don't hard code them in the application. Don't hard code them in the application. So what is hard coding? Hard coding means writing them as static. Hard coding means writing them as static. Don't do that mistake anytime. Don't write those values as static values at all in the application. So what should I do then? Without writing them as static or hard coded values, store all those values under a file that is present in your project called as configuration file. They should be stored under a file called as configuration file. You are going to store it under a file called configuration file. So what is this configuration file? Observe, in all your projects, you will find it. We never used it. What is that, app.config. That is an XML file. You will be storing the values into this XML file actually. What is the advantage? The advantage is tomorrow, when I install this application on the client system, this configuration file also will be installed on the client system. When I install this application on the client system, Ganesh, voice is breaking for you, Ganesh. It's your problem here. If everyone has a problem, I can do something. If one person has a problem, I can't do anything. That is your problem. You need to check your network settings. Okay, fine. So what is that? Clients, tomorrow when I install the application on the client system, this configuration file also will be installed on the client system. Means when I prepare a setup for this, automatically configuration file also comes. Are you clear? but the name of the configuration file will change. What is the name of the configuration file now? It is app now. App.config. The app is replaced with the name of your application. What is the name of the application? dboperations.exe is the name of the application. So what is the configuration file? You know, dboperations.exe.config. What is that? dboperations.exe.config. If you want to go and verify, this file will be present for you in the debug folder. Array, in the project debug folder, assembly file will be there now. There only you'll have the config file also. Go and verify. So this is the project folder in debug. That is the config file. That's why after config, what do you mean now? db examples.exe.config, where db examples.exe is the name of your exe file, .config. Clear or not? We install these two on the client machines. So tomorrow, the config is a text file now. It is a text file now. Because it is a text file, users can right click on it, open with, and you can just open with a notepad or any application of your choice and edit the file. You can edit, guys. You can make any changes now. What changes can I make? Anything you can modify. You modify that, save and close, and those changes will automatically affect the application. Are you getting me? So how to do that? I'll show you. Watch it. Here, basically, it will maintain you the information here in the form of sections. The first section is startup section. The startup section contains the information of the framework to which you are developing the application. Which framework here? 4.8. So what is this one? This is CLR version, guys. This is CLR version. So this config is something like our project file in our CS. Array, in .NET Core project files are there now. Something only will be like that only, config files. There also we have configs. Okay. So this is the startup section. Again, you will have a section called app settings. All the app settings. Generally in this we write general settings of an application. General settings. What is general settings? General settings means like company name, address, email ID, contact email ID, company website URL, phone numbers, tax numbers if any, anything, contact details, we put them. Now tell me, these details can change or not? Yes or not? Tomorrow my company merged with some other company now. Now the company name changes now. I moved from one location to another location. Address changes. Number changes. Email IDs can change. Website URLs can change. So all those things put it here. How to put like this? Add. Key is equals to some key to read the value. For example, I'm giving the key as company name. Company name. Value is equals to, here I'm writing the value, Naresh I Technologies. I'm putting it like this now. Same way, add another key, address, write the address here. Phone, write the phone. Email, write the email. URL, website URL, write the URL. Any WhatsApp number, write the WhatsApp numbers. You can put everything in that. Is it clear? Tomorrow, if anything changes now, client doesn't require to contact you now. What the client can do? Open the config file, change up the value there. Did you understand or not? Same way, we have another section also called connection strings section. What is that? Connection strings section. You can write the connection strings into this place. How? Add. Not key. Now it is name is equals to. Just like key is equals to, name is equals to. And here I want to write the name. I want to write a connection string for SQL server. So I'm writing SQL constr. Okay. Connection string is equals to, write the connection string. And the provider name is equals to, write here ODBC, OLDB, SQL client, Oracle client, whatever it is, write there. Did you understand me? Same way, I want a connection string for Oracle. So I will write, what's it? Or simply I'll say, S con str, O con str. And I want to write a connection string for Excel. equan str. To be clear, otherwise write the elaboratedly. Oracle is that clearer, guys? Now you know how to write a connection string now? Write the connection string there. And you know provider also. What is that system.data.odbc or system.data.oldb or system.data.sql client, whatever it is, specify that there. Is that clearer? Yes or not? Now tomorrow you can read these values from the config file and use in the code. So tomorrow, if config file updates also, the changes will affect my application automatically. Did you understand or not? How to read and all these things I'll show you in the next class. Okay, let's stop here. We'll meet tomorrow. I'll show you in the next class.